Hello Year 9s, and I hope you're all well. This week, this is the third week of videos that I'm going to create for you. Last week, for those of you that were here, you had a sheet like this, which has got all sorts of different images on, and you were trying to use some of these for ideas, for inspiration for creating bottle designs for a perfume. And you should have ended up, you should still only be on about one sheet of paper with lots and lots of different design ideas. Let me just zoom out a second and zoom back in. There we go. Right, so you should have a sheet that looks something like this with lots of different design ideas, some from week 1, some from week 2. And they're all a bit higgledy-piggledy, they're all a bit random, not a lot of detail on them, but we need to move on from this. So these are what we call in design, we call these initial ideas, your first ideas. But what designers have to do is they have to look at this and they have to think, right, which ones do I want to take further? Which ones do I like the look of? Which ones could be developed further into a final product? So what I've done, I have chosen to do, I quite like these two. These are my two favourite designs out of all of those that I did on there. Quite like the bullet one as well. But I'm gonna pick on this one, this city one, and I have chosen to develop that one. So this is your task for today. Because what I have done, as you can see here on this sheet, I have taken that design idea, I've drawn it out again, okay, I've started adding a bit of shading to make it look a bit more realistic, I've started adding some lettering, so rather than doing a label, which I had on my very first idea, I had a sort of a paper label stuck onto the bottle. I thought, no, you don't get that on perfume bottles. It's just etched into the glass or printed straight onto the glass. So I've done without a paper label, and I've made it. So I've already started making changes to that first design. But what you've got in front of you is a sheet that looks exactly like this. And in the first box, you've got to draw out your original idea, and then in the second box you can see it says at the top original idea plus a change. So you're taking that idea and you're changing it very, very slightly to become something else. Now actually, if you look at this, I've made lots of different changes because I've changed the top of the bottle so it's no longer pointed. I've kept the sort of V shape of the bottle top, but I've rounded off the top because I thought that looked a bit sharp. I've done the perfume reservoir down here, so all of this bit would be glass, okay, and the perfume would just sit in that bowl just there. So those are some changes. I've also started rounding off some corners, so even though it says at the top here make just one change, I've actually made about 3 or 4 different changes to that bottle design. So it's gone from that to that. And then I've changed it again. So we've got from that design, I've gone over to this design. Now I have completely changed the design of the top. So it's no longer got a V shape in, it is now just an angled line. And again, I've rounded off the corners a little bit. And the bottle now, the bottle shape has become a little bit less angular. It's a bit more rounded, a bit softer, and again I've been thinking about the lettering, and I've been experimenting with some different lettering styles here and thinking about what that would look like. So that's idea number 3. So at the top it says original idea plus another change, okay? So each time you're drawing it out again, you are making another change. Guess what you're going to do in the fourth one? Okay, you've only got 4 to do, and it's making changes again. So this time I've drawn out the bottle. I've put some more angles in again this time because I thought maybe that one's becoming too rounded. So I've put more angular ones in. I've put little folds in the bottles as well, because you can do that with glass. You can put little grooves in glass. Okay, and I've gone back to the, as I said, I've gone back to the V shape for the bottle top, and I've changed the top design again. I'm not sure whether I like that idea, I'll be honest with you. I think out of the four, my favourite design would be that one. If I was going to take this further, that is the design that I would probably go for. I think that just looks probably the neatest out of the four, but you can disagree. You might have your own opinion. All of those four design ideas took me 20 minutes to do from start to finish. So it's going to take you at least 20 minutes to do that. And as we said last week, start adding in detail. Start trying to add in these little wiggly shapes to make things look a little bit more like glass. And if you want some help with that, you should have a photocopy in your folders that looks like that. That was something that you should have had on the first week. Now, if you're still really struggling for ideas of your own, nick some of these. Nick some ideas off this sheet here. Because designers do that. If they struggle for inspiration, if they struggle for ideas, they pinch other people's. Which brings me on to the last thing for this part of the video. I'm going to ask Mr. Watts to put this on the board. This is just like a mood board of different bottles and images from perfume adverts that I created. Poor old Beyonce's been cut off on my printer, but she's over here. But it goes back to the point, doesn't it? If you take that Paco Rabanne advert, that perfume bottle, body spray bottle, has been done in the shape of a cup. Okay, I love this one. This one's been done in the shape of a stiletto shoe. Then you've got Chanel number 5. I quite like this one. This one looks quite masculine. Okay, it's got sort of broad shoulders, lots of little designs on there, and so it goes on. Okay, oh, Anthony Joshua, like that design down the bottom as well. I particularly like the graphic design of Anthony Joshua in the background here. I think that looks really cool. So again, there's some ideas there for you that you can nick if you are really struggling for ideas. Okay, so stop this part of the video, give yourself 20-25 minutes and see if you can come up with developing ideas, changing ideas very slightly. Good luck, try your best, okay, give it a go.